Suicide ideation is an initiation, especially for those of you who are part of the chosen few. This is something that all spiritually gifted people have to overcome if you are on the path to living in true alignment with your soul and you've been suppressed. So, what typically happens is in childhood, you learned very quickly that you are not allowed to be all of you. It may be something as simple as, maybe you're singing out loud on the playground and people start pointing at you and laughing at you and you feel ashamed. So then you start to think, okay, well, I can't just be me. I have to conform, right? And this happens time and time again throughout your life. It might look like walking into a work meeting and you're overdressed or underdressed and everyone's judging you, or at least that's what you perceive in your mind, right? So throughout your life, you have been conditioned. You have been conditioned to fit into a tiny box, right? However, you are someone who is chosen. You are someone who is spiritually gifted. You are someone who is here to stand out and to liberate the collective, to uplift the collective. So you were never meant to be in a box. You were never meant to be in a box. So what happens is after so many years of shrinking, of dulling your shine, of trying to be someone else, your soul awakens and says to you, I can't do this shit anymore. I can't do it anymore. And that's when the suicide ideation starts. That's when you find yourself laying in bed, miserable, wondering why nothing is working out in your favor. That's when you start plotting suicide, like what is going to be the easiest, most effective way to kill myself? How am I going to feel the least amount of pain, right? I've been there. Some of you will even attempt suicide or have attempted suicide. And if that is you, my heart goes out to you, my soul goes out to you. I truly, truly understand what it feels like to be in that dark place. I've lived it. I've clawed my way out. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what it means to feel this way, and then as well as, right, the esoteric meaning, but as well as what you can do to get out of this dark place. Because it's not something that necessarily happens once, it can happen over and over in your life as you submit to conformity, as you start to follow the herd, as you buy into your conditioning, as you move away from your soul gifts, this ache in your soul may continue to persist. So I am here to walk you through this so that you understand what it means and how to get out of it when it hits. Okay, so let's get into it. First things first. When you start to idealize suicide, when you start planning your suicide, when you start feeling depressed, because it might not start with suicide, you might just start feeling like something's missing. You might start feeling like you're not interested in your day-to-day activities. You might be feeling like, what's the point? I don't even like you have no desire to do the things that you once loved, and you feel burnt out, you feel tired, you feel unaccomplished. And what that really is, it's your soul dying to be expressed, right? What that really is your soul giving into this idea of powerlessness, right? This idea of separation. Because the truth is that we are all one. We are all one. We are all individual expressions of source, right? But in our true nature, we are interconnected. Interconnected. That means that your desires are not separate from you. If you desire to have a thriving business, if you desire to start a cult, if you desire to drive a fancy car or live in a mansion, if you desire to lead women on retreats of self-love, whatever it is that you desire, that desire desires you too. That desire wants to be with you too, right? The only illusion is separation. The only illusion is separation because you are one with all your desires. You are one with everything and everyone on this planet and in the universe. So before you were born, and once your body ceases to exist, you will become one with everything once again, and you will experience pure bliss and you will experience heightened feelings of love and ecstasy and happiness. And that's what your soul wants to come back to, right? Especially when you're feeling deeply depressed. That's what your soul is desiring. But what your human does not understand is that you are able to make that manifest in the 3D. You are able to create a world around you where all of your desires flow to you easily. You are able to create connections with people who love you. You are able to have the relationships that you desire. You are able to have the thriving business. All of that is available to you right now. But you've bought into this idea of powerlessness. You bought into the idea of separation because the only person who can block yourself from your manifestations is you. It's you. And that's why I talk so much about identity recalibration, right? The identity that you are most loyal to directly impacts your results. Your results are a direct reflection of who you believe yourself to be. So you need to actively create an identity in which you have everything that you desire because you are powerful enough to do that, right? So the true antidote, the medicine, the thing that's going to get you out of this depressive state is simply to create. But it's not creating for the sake of fame. It's not creating for the sake of money or for anything external, right? Because those are tricks of the ego. Those are tricks of the ego. It's creating from your soul for your soul. The best way to put this in simple terms is to create for yourself. Create for the version of you a year ago who was walking this path, the version, whatever path that you're on, the version of you who desperately needs to hear what you have to say right now. That's who you're creating for. And what that does is that's going to create people who are in alignment with you. And they'll come from the ethers of the internet, they'll come from all over the world, and they'll find you. And they will resonate with you so deeply, and they will become your raving fans, and they will become you part of your community. They will become part of your soul tribe. But you have to be willing to trust yourself enough to know that you are enough. You have to be willing to be authentically you without holding back, without over editing, without over complicating, without consistently pivoting or wallowing in uncertainty. Like your soul knows the path. Your soul knows the path. You just have to give yourself permission to walk it. And see, that's why I use astrology in my work with my clients because I can point to your chart and tell you. I can point to your chart and tell you exactly what your soul is destined to do. I can tell you your life purpose. I can tell you why you incarnated. I can tell you about your past lives. I can do all of this and it's right there in black and white. And what does that do for you? That liberates you. That liberates you and it makes you fucking move. It makes you move because there's nothing left to do. There is nothing left to do. When you know exactly what your soul came here to create, what your soul's destiny is, beyond the shadow of a doubt, because that's what people do. They play around in this oh, I'm not sure, oh, I'm insecure, or I'm not good enough, whatever. Once you know the truth, you fucking move. You fucking move. And that's my specialty. I point out the truth in black and white, right? And then I work with you to recalibrate your identity to the version of you who is powerful enough to hold the massive impact that you're here to create. And here's the thing, a lot of people get trapped in the ego traps, in the desire for fame, in the desire for money and riches and all of these things. But all that does is that keeps you on a hamster wheel, constantly chasing like a carrot, a dangling carrot. And it's like, you may get it, but then what happens is, let's say you become, Instagram famous or TikTok famous, whatever, YouTube famous. When you're not operating from your soul, what happens is you start to change the way you appear because you are so, what is the word? You start to get really obsessed with relevance, right? Listen, I mean, I haven't been, I mean, I've gone viral, but I've had my share of fame, of notoriety, right? Um, with an Instagram page of less than 300 followers, But then I was getting interviews on NBC, News Channel 5, but then I was getting, reporters calling like all of these things. I was getting, requests to be on podcasts and that was because I was so true to my soul, right? And I never gave that up, you know. So I say that to say, do not chase fame. Do not chase the illusion of wealth. Chase your soul gifts. Chase what feels true to you. And it's not even about chasing, because when you are living in alignment with your soul, fame chases you, wealth chases you. You become so magnetic. And the cool thing about magnets is that they attract as well as repel. So what happens is people who don't identify with you, people who judge you, people who don't have the best intentions for you naturally fall away because they don't resonate with you. They fall away. And that makes more room for you to attract people who are in complete alignment with you so that you can continue to build on your soul gift, so that you can feel fulfilled. And that is the antidote to suicide ideation. That is the antidote to depression. It's living a life that is so true to yourself from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, from your business to the way that you express yourself, to the way that you dress. It's living a life that is so true to you that there is no room for compromise, that there is no room for conforming. I love you so much, and I will see you on the next video. So go ahead and subscribe. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment if you found this helpful. If you'd like to work with me, I no longer have one-on-one client slots available. I do, however, have an amazing opportunity where we can work together. It's super accessible. It's called Business by Design. So it's basically where I help you unlock your sacred soul gifts and monetize it in 90 days or less. I'll go ahead and include the link for that as well as a freebie, a lot of cool stuff in the description box. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.